Hi folks, Ron Ray here with MedicareHackers.com, and we were just kind of going over some of our bigger cases from this week, and we had one really good one, and this happens pretty often in our practice. This is what we're set up to do in retirement planning, and as holistic retirement planners is, somebody comes in for a Medicare supplement, we get them all set up for that, but through the course of our fact-finding process, we uncover other needs that they have, and we ended up gaining their financial business as well. So there was a pretty significant annuity and some assets under management with our securities license as well. So one of the things I wanted to go over with you is the 4 areas where we really help people as agents and as retirement planners. And you may not see yourself, as a retirement planner, as a Medicare agent, but you're really leaving some money on the table and you're really missing out, and you're allowing other people to kind of move into your territory with your clients if you're not doing that. And these are those 4 areas. I just whipped up this real quick PowerPoint. It's nothing fancy, but I just wanted you to be able to see what we're doing. And those 4 areas really are healthcare, and that's the Medicare supplements, the Part D, and the Medicare Advantage. If you're into those 2 things, we don't sell the Part D. We point them in the right direction. We really don't mess with the Medicare Advantage plans either. I have an agent that I refer out to if somebody just absolutely has to have that, or if they're under 65 and on Medicare, but that's an option. If you're a Medicare Advantage agent, that's fine. We choose not to do it here. But the healthcare, that's the foot in the door. That's the most urgent thing on their minds right now when they're turning 65 is Medicare. So that's where you're really going to help them first and foremost. Now, through the other process, the fact-finding process, you're going to talk about life insurance. Are they set up to pass on any wealth that they've accumulated in an appropriate manner? Are their final expenses going to be taken care of, and have plans been made for those final expenses? And the products that you use there are final expense life insurance, index universal life, guaranteed universal life, whole life, term life. Whatever is your preference, your flavor. I'm not here to discuss the pros and cons of each one of those. You could even throw in some prepaid funeral plans. I know there's agents out there selling those. That's fine. That doesn't matter. The fact is, you need to be asking these questions and be prepared to provide a solution. And that is money that you're leaving on the table if you're not providing those solutions. And needs that you're leaving unmet for your clients. And somebody's going to meet those needs, and there's no reason it shouldn't be you. The third area that we talk about is long-term care. Long-term care, again, there's different ways to fund long-term care other than just using their own funds on a dollar-for-dollar basis. The first and most common is long-term care insurance. You may not know it, but there's other ways to do it besides long-term care insurance. Some would be a life insurance policy that has living benefits, so that would allow them to access the death benefit before they die to pay for certain things like long-term care or terminal illness care. Some annuities have long-term care riders. Either they have an income rider with an income doubler or tripler that will triple or double their income in the event they're confined to a facility. There's some annuities that have built-in long-term care policies that will actually triple their money for the purposes of long-term care. So if you're not familiar with those products, I really encourage you to look into them. They can really be a good deal where you're leveraging their own money, but they don't really have a lot of risk as far as losing out on premium if they die early or if they change their minds. That's still their money. So that really takes a lot of that risk away that they have with the long-term care insurance. And lastly is just planning. You've got to help people understand that people are living a lot longer than they used to, and they can really expect to spend a third of their lives in retirement. And they have to make that money last, and long-term care is something that can take away a good portion, if not all, of their life savings. I mean, you're looking at a good $250,000 just an average risk for long-term care. And those numbers, again, don't hold me to that. That's going to vary from place to place and person to person. And then the last area is retirement income. That's where we come in with the financial products like annuities and securities. If your securities license, you have a Series 65 or a Series 7 or 6 or 66, That's where we're helping these people out. Some people may like to use indexed universal life or even whole life. Again, I'm not here to debate the pros and cons of these products. I just want you to understand that these folks have these needs in these 4 areas of retirement, and you need to be the one to fill that gap. Don't let some other agent down the street or somebody that's going to call them on the phone from across the country fill this gap. You need to be the one to do that. And how do we get there? How do you even know that they have these needs? And the answer is very simple, is you ask questions. You use a fact finder. If you've never used a fact finder before, I would say that you're missing out on a lot of opportunity. And I would also say that you're probably not providing the best service to your clients that you could. You're just are just a transactional agent who's there to get the sell on the Medicare supplement or the Medicare Advantage plan, and that's all you're interested, or this is the perception that that's all you're interested in helping them with, or that's all that you're able to help them with. And a lot of times you will talk to your client a couple of years later, and maybe you ask them, hey, do you have any final expense life insurance? And then they'll tell you, oh yeah, I bought some a couple of months ago from that Mutual of Omaha agent that called me on the phone. And what are you thinking in your mind? Well, why didn't you buy it from me? I sell that too. The reason is because they didn't know you sell it, because you didn't tell them, you didn't ask those questions, you didn't use a fact finder. So you ask questions, you listen to their problems, and then you just simply start solving those problems. And that's how we do that. It's very simple. And it just has to be a process that you add into your sales cycle. Very simply, seniors want 4 things. 4 things only. You can break these down into taxes. They don't want to pay too much in taxes. They've been paying taxes their whole lives. They're not opposed to paying their fair share taxes, but they don't want to pay too much. Secondly is income. They want to have an income that they cannot outlive. They don't want to run out of money. They don't want to worry about money, and they want to make sure, they want to be assured, and they want that peace of mind that their money is going to be there when they need it. Third is probate. They've heard the horror stories about probate. They've been through it with their parents, their grandparents. They've seen their parents go through it, and they don't want their kids and grandchildren to go through it. They want protection from probate. Lastly is safety. They don't want to lose their money. They've been through the market crashes of the dot-com bubble in 2000. They've been through the financial crisis in 2008. They're watching on the news this week. This is February the 9th, 2018. We've had 6 days in a row with 500 plus point swings, daily swings in the Dow Jones. That hasn't happened since 2008. Things are getting really scary. They've been riding this wave since 2008 with this market just going straight up. And all of a sudden here we are with 2,000 point losses in a week and these huge volatile swings, this volatility coming back. And they're getting scared again. They don't want to lose their money. They want it to last, and they need help with that. Now, that's real easy for you to remember when you're in an interview with a client. It's just tips. Write it down. I used to have it on a Post-it note that I stuck on my screen. It was just simply the word tips. Nobody knew what that meant except for me, but it reminded me to ask these questions and remind people that there's 4 things that they need to protect. They need to make sure they're not paying too much in taxes. They need to have an income they can't outlive. They want to protect themselves from probate, and they want to protect their assets and have that safety. So that's what we do, folks. If you need any help with this, or if you have any questions, give us a call. The number here is 800-515-4031. You can hit us up on the web, or you can shoot me an email or comment in the comment section. If you find this content valuable, what I want you to do is comment down below. If you have any other ideas, or you agree or disagree with me, comment down below. Let's get a good conversation going about this. Also, if you've watched a few of my videos and you find this content helpful, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button. That'll help get the message out to more people, and then hit the little bell button right beside the subscribe button, and that way you'll make sure that you get alerts every time I post a new video. Try to post a new video at least once a week, so watch out for those. Again, this is Ron Ray with MedicareHackers.com. We've got a brand new website coming very shortly. It's been delayed a little bit because I wanted to get it just right before we put it out, but you can go there right now. There's a little very simple landing page up, MedicareHackers.com. Just put your name and email address in, and I'm not going to blast you with a bunch of spam. All I want to do is be able to send you a message to let you know that the website's ready. You can go ahead and go on and log in and get the content and get the help and the community and the support and the resources that you need to be successful. So have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.